Welcome to the Credit Risk Management Advisory Podcast, where we focus on managing asset quality and borrowers during economic downturns. Today's credit risk memo tool is Respect and Dealing in Good Faith. At creditrma.com, we help sharpen regulatory credit risk rating and evaluation systems and support a credit culture that respects all internal stakeholders and every commercial loan borrower. We also examine key creditor tools to help improve outcomes. Let's dive in. There are two objectives for today's session. Respect, the big why, understanding why borrowers with problem loans deserve respect. Another objective is to do good business. Understand how doing good business benefits the creditor, the borrower, all the shareholders. A couple of takeaway expectations. Always be respectful. Give due regard for the feelings, the wishes, and the rights of others. And second, always deal in good faith, whether through any mediation or negotiation, with peacekeeping and tact and discretion. And why do borrowers deserve due respect if they're having a problem repaying their loans? How about dignity as human beings? First of all, business owners are individuals just like you. You deserve due respect, always. Borrowers deserve due respect too, even when things get tough. They wake up each morning and get dressed just like everyone else. They have personal needs and desires like everyone else. They take on heavy responsibilities and manage the company's operations so payrolls and debt repayments are possible. What can you do differently to give the borrower the respect and dignity he deserves? Second, respect builds trust. First of all, the borrowing relationship was built on mutual trust, else the extension of credit would not have been funded in the first place. When the creditor treats the borrower with respect, it fosters a spirit of cooperation. A cooperative and productive relationship is materially less expensive to the creditor as opposed to an adversarial relationship. Set the tone from the beginning that you value and appreciate the owners as individuals. Let them know that you intend on maintaining a healthy relationship, no matter what happens, and that you and the borrower should work together in a cooperative manner at this difficult time. Remember that a borrower with a problem loan is not a problem borrower. While most creditors have conquered the complexities of cash flow, some creditors view and treat borrowers who are having financial difficulties not like human beings, but like numbers on a financial statement with total disregard. Many institutions value respect as one of its core values, but does that respect only apply to interactions within the creditor itself? Or does it also include the creditor's customers who are in financial trouble? How about putting yourself in the borrower's shoes for a moment? A borrower in financial distress may be experiencing highly stressful and mixed emotions like perhaps never before. Obviously, great uncertainty is at play. A borrower is unsure whether it might default on its loan or make payroll, and what comes next. How would you like to be treated if you were in the borrower's shoes? Seriously, think about it. Some creditors dealing with borrowers experiencing financial stress can easily forget to be respectful, especially when the borrower fails to uphold its covenants in the loan agreement. This short ad is sponsored by the Debt Crisis Problem Podcast. Attention listeners, please join us at tunabudget.com to tune into the Debt Crisis Problem Podcast, where in plain English we discuss the 20 risks that could soon fuel a serious economic downturn. We explore these critical risks and offer practical insights for navigating financial uncertainty. Join us for thought-provoking discussions that encourage transparency and awareness. Subscribe now to stay informed and be ready for whatever comes next. Next is dealing in good faith, a really great fundamental principle to remember. Dealing in good faith. How would you describe what doing business in good faith means when dealing with a borrower experiencing financial difficulties? Would not every party and stakeholder to the loan agreement expect such persons to act in good faith? Maybe it has something to do with being sincere, having good intentions, and what about being honest, totally honest? Certainly, when the loan was originated, all the parties to the loan were honest and adhered to the terms of the loan agreement. But why do borrowing relationships become soured and even contentious? Can the various parties, even when there is disagreement on proposed repayment terms and conditions, not still exhibit respect and good faith during those negotiations? What if the borrower becomes contentious and will not deal in good faith? Does the creditor lose his temper and just foreclose on the collateral and force the borrower into bankruptcy? Maybe the stakeholders should reread the loan agreement. Exercising rights versus acting like a bully, right? A borrower has certain rights and responsibilities under the terms of the agreement. As you carefully read the loan agreement, the borrower will obviously see that the creditor holds all the cards, if you will. If the borrower fails to keep its end of the agreement, the creditor has every right and is entitled to pursue any and all of its remedies to recover the exposure. That is fine. But no one should be exercising heavy-handed maneuvers and display an overbearing attitude that may be construed as being a bully, even if at the primary relationship level where no one can or is really paying all that much attention to perhaps such behavior. Next, avoid being overbearing or mean-spirited. Being overbearing, mean-spirited, or heavy-handed with any party to a loan agreement is just plain unacceptable. It is in the creditor's best interest to always be respectful and deal in good faith with each other. This next section I want to call Let's Have Dinner. Another way to view dealing with respect and in good faith would be the following example. I could try to work out a deal or take it all the way through foreclosure or even through bankruptcy, and when it was all over, still have dinner with the borrower. The creditor can and will get whatever it wants due to the loan structure. Its repayment will be what it will be. But how well you manage your own behavior with such borrowers does not mean you need to act tough or like a heavy-handed bully. One could ask such an offensive or disrespectful creditor, "Who do you think you are? You just represent the creditor, but the creditor would never treat people like this." Does any of this ring a bell? So what will be said of you, your attitude, and your actions? Is there animosity between you and the borrower? Take a close look at the following examples of people dealing with good faith, with good faith in each other, and you'll get the picture. Here's a dozen or so examples of people dealing with each other in good faith. A landlord who returns a tenant's security deposit promptly and without dispute. A seller discloses all known defects in a product before selling it to a buyer. An employer who pays employees on time and in full. A contractor who completes a project on time and within budget. A lender who offers a borrower a fair interest rate and repayment terms. A customer who pays for goods and services received in a timely manner. A business owner who treats employees with respect and dignity. A supplier who delivers goods on time and in good condition. A manufacturer who produces products that meet or exceed industry standards. A service provider who provides high-quality services to clients. A lawyer who represents clients with honesty and integrity. A doctor who provides medical care with compassion and professionalism. A teacher who treats students with respect and fairness. A coach who encourages athletes to do their best and play fairly. A neighbor who respects the privacy and property of others. A friend who is honest and loyal in their dealings with others. A family member who supports and cares for their loved ones. A volunteer who donates their time and resources to help others. A citizen who obeys the law and respects the rights of others. A politician who serves their constituents with honesty and integrity. Hopefully that gives you a broad sense. I'm sure you can see many instances where people did not act in good faith and respect. Surely you can appreciate the importance of why borrowers with problem loans deserve respect and how doing good business benefits all the stakeholders. In closing, always be respectful. Give due regard for the feelings and wishes and rights of others, and be sure to deal in good faith in every mediation or negotiation with peacekeeping, right? Tact and discretion. Thank you for joining us. Today we covered respect and dealing in good faith, another essential tool for managing asset quality and commercial borrower relationships. We want to hear from you. Submit your own credit risk memo at creditrma.com and share your insights on navigating credit risk, including special risks in commercial lending. If you found today's episode valuable, please subscribe for updates on future podcasts at creditrma.com. Until next time, let's continue to conquer credit risk challenges. Thanks again.